I hope everyone had a great 4th of July holiday, and we're now beginning our learning units. So for the first part of the semester, we have been starting our leadership capstone practicum, working with our preceptors, doing our practicum modules, and now we're going to continue to meet those 60 hours of precepted clinical practicum, complete all the practicum modules if you haven't already, and now we're on to the learning unit content, the other 2 credits of this 4-credit course. So when we look at learning unit number 1, we know that it's going to be an introduction to emotional intelligence. And everyone should have the copy of their book right now. So we're focusing our readings on this book, so it's essential that you have it. And we're in this learning unit, we're really focused on why. Why are we going to be spending the next 5 weeks focusing on emotional intelligence? What do nurse leaders need to know? How do nurse leaders actually further develop their emotional intelligence? And why does the author of our text consider emotional intelligence to be a shovel, not a soft skill? So this, the why of EI really starts us on our journey as transformational nurse leaders. So you can look at the learning outcomes for this week. And now let's go to what the activities are going to be. And we'll go through those one by one. So you're watching this video now. We just reviewed those learning outcomes. And the readings for this week are, try to do them in this order if you haven't already. The prologue, then the epilogue, then chapter 1. Yes, the epilogue prior to chapter 1. It just seems to bring it all together, is what I felt when I was doing the readings. So again, and this is in your book by Claudia, Emotional Intelligence in Nursing. Next, you're going to be looking at this video, Emotional Intelligence, and it's a 15-minute video, so a little bit longer than most. Then we're looking at the blog by Rose Sherman, and that's the emergingrnleader.com. So I know I've used these blog posts in the past, but if you haven't already been on them, you may have to join once you click on. But I do encourage that you do, because you get about 1 email a week. She doesn't overwhelm you, and it's typically when there's a new blog out, and then you can click right on it and read the blog. And this one is Self-Awareness and Leadership, and she starts right off with Nursing Leadership Success Today demands a very high level of emotional intelligence. And so then it's going to be a short blog after that. The next is a video by Simon Sinek, and I enjoyed watching this video, and I think you will as well. The next is an article on emotional intelligence, but please note that the source of information may be questionable. It does not, I want to put that very clearly, come from a peer-reviewed journal, but it was really the information that I wanted to share with you, and I couldn't find information about the organization who operates the site, and that was concerning to me. But I did want you to read it. I included it because it's a simple read. And it just furthers the information that we're getting from our text on how to better identify what is emotional intelligence. I wanted to assure that you were able to do that by the end of this learning unit. Next is you're going to see it's optional. So please note that. but I do recommend you do it. It's the Emotional Intelligence Test. It's 40 questions. It's a tool to measure your emotional intelligence. Now, it's not the same as the instrument that our author speaks to. This is emotional intelligence according to Daniel Goleman's 4-quadrant emotional intelligence competency model. Your author talks about a different tool, but that's not available for free. So this tool will give you an understanding about how emotionally intelligent you currently are before this course. Now, this is both an optional, but it is for your information only. I am not asking you to share this. So use it, get an idea in your mind about your own emotional intelligence, and that may further enhance you to really delve into the readings to apply our readings on emotional intelligence. This is the grading rubric for discussion boards. You can look at that. But our first discussion board, number 1, is based on your learning activities of this learning unit. Why, the keyword why, do you think it's important for you to learn about EI and to strengthen your emotional intelligence abilities? And then share with us not your, not the outcome of taking that survey tool, but just on a scale of 1 to 10. How emotionally intelligent do you think you are? And why? So just to kind of open up the discussion, some students in the past have felt they were very emotionally intelligent, and that was a skill that they have already developed, but could further develop. Others really recognize the need for them to develop in that skill. And that's it for the learning unit number 1. And welcome to the first of 5 learning units. Don't forget, continue on with those precepted hours until you're completed. You're doing a journal on those, and any practicum modules you haven't completed, you want to make sure that you're doing that as well. Have a great week.